What's up, everybody? Welcome back to part 2 of Kicking It with Kandii Marie, the Valentine's Day special edition. Join us. I got my friends back with me this week. We are going to go into marriage and sex and social media dating. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Y'all, welcome back. I am still here kicking it with my homies, with my friends. We are having so much fun, y'all, talking about all things Cupid related because this is our Valentine's Day special episode. So we're going to just keep it moving. We're going to just keep it going with the questions. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, dating. I always hear people nowadays say, oh, we just talking. Or, you know, that's we just talking. They never really say that that's my boo or that's my girl, that's my man or whatever. So is there a difference between dating and talking? Like, what the fuck does it mean to talk to somebody? Let's start with you.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the word talking at all. I'm cool with it.
What is it?
There is a difference. Dating and talking is basically right above the literal definition of talking. We are conversing. We may have gone out, maybe not, but we're not like even getting halfway serious as a date yet. If I ask you on a date, like formally, then we're dating. But if we're talking, it's like, oh, meet me up somewhere at some time or whatever. It's very casual. We text. I give you a good morning text every morning or whatever for like 2 or 3 days. We'll talk about that, whatever. Then yeah, we're just talking. We're talking. It's okay. I'm glad talking exists because it does show there is a level below dating where you like actually meet somebody, you're kind of interested, but you're not really like making any serious moves. That's talking. To me.
Well, I'm gonna go to my bestie because she is just
staring
a hole in the side of your face.
So before I get my answer, let me ask you: talking?
Yes,
are y'all
ma'am.
sleeping together?
Look, it might have happened.
Yes,
but
no,
right. We're not
So
dating.
boom. So now back to me.
Right.
So talking is we're sleeping together. We're not going on dates. We are calling each other simply for sleeping together. That is it. That is all. Dating, we're actually getting to know each other. We're going out in public. Like we're dating. We're trying to see where this goes.
So talking is just a fun
not just having sex.
It's just a fun
I don't know if we gotta boil
That's
it
what
down
it is.
all the way to that wrong. Well, you know what?
So can you be talking to
first.
somebody without the sex then? If y'all not,
You could.
then you're a pen pal. I hate pen pals.
What do you want? Why do you keep texting me?
I just had to tell somebody I'm talking to.
No.
I don't need no pen. I'm not in jail.
Are we going? If you're going to be texting me, or be going somewhere, we need to be doing something. We need to be going.
Yes.
Oh, I agree.
Yes, fellas, y'all gotta stop that. Stop texting all the goddamn time. Pick up the phone, call somebody. We want to hear your voice. Invite us out. Don't keep texting me all the time. I'm not in jail. I don't need a pen pal. Not in jail.
I don't need you on the phone for a whole hour, 2 hours. But like, hello, how was your talk?
All right, how are you? We are grown ass
Like,
people.
what you doing tonight? Let's go and get something.
I don't know if I'm talking. You keep texting me all the time. I don't know if I'm talking to a fucking robot. An alien. I don't know. Who are you? Who's on the other end of this phone? Call me. Let me hear your voice.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. What you think? Ali the quiet one. What you think, Ali?
I think this is all about seeing what the levels of dating are and how you label them, right? So you can call them what you want to call them, right? But just what is involved. Wherever you involved. If talking is just you sleeping with the person but you ain't going out, y'all not together yet, okay, then you call that talking. If talking is I'm getting to know you before I actually going on a date, you call that talking. But you have whatever it is, you have it with the other person. This label aspect is just comfort. To say, all right, I know where we are because we're in the talking stage. I know where we are, we're in the dating stage. And in the dating stage, or the talking stage, this is involved. So we just communicate with the individual.
Communication.
Yeah.
I definitely, that's the key
Well,
word.
how do you put a label on what we
So
doing?
we're just communicating.
Well, I think,
Yes.
well then I think we're all
Just
pretty much
communicating.
saying the
So
same
I
thing
talk
when it
to
comes to
everybody.
communicating. Right.
But in different ways.
Right.
That's very true.
So we're
And that's
talking.
what he
How are
said.
we communicating?
So
And
so
how
what
is that
he's-
different from how I'm communicating with her? Because it's good morning.
It is.
Hey, what's up?
It is
How was your
different
day?
because that's your bestie. We just met. We know that, and you know that.
So-
What he's saying is the two people have to know what they're doing.
Right. We're using labels
Yeah.
to describe action.
Right.
No, I disagree, but I'm not.
You better kick some shit, Folly. Labels to describe some action.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, I just think that the word talking, I just think we should just do away with that.
Why?
Absolutely.
Because what
It's
the fuck does
immature.
it mean?
It works for
So
people.
immature.
I don't know what it means, and then it can mean something different to the person that you're dating than it does to you.
Which
So
is
then
why-
there's confusion, and that's when confusion starts to rise.
Confusion arises.
Nobody has
regardless.
time for that.
It's
What
not-
are we doing?
It's not about specifically
Or
the word talking.
goodbye. Get
it's
out.
not about
Leave me alone.
specifically the word talking. It's about the lack of communication. He just said it. So if we both agree with talking, everybody's happy. If you think we're dating and I think we're talking, then you're not happy.
So talking
That's
is just
the thing.
conversing. That's it. We're just
No,
conversing.
I didn't say. I said at first it's right below just conversing. It's in the sense you said, can we sleep together? Talk? Yes, you can. If we both
So you're
understand.
really not
What are we
trying to
doing?
get to know each other when you're talking. You just
You guys are trying to put in the box. What he said is, this is what he just said, and I
I don't
agree with it.
understand.
Me neither, because I'm trying.
Because you're trying to put it in the box. If we decide, me and you decide that, here's what we're doing right now. We text each other a little bit. If we meet up, we'll sleep together, and then that's it. We're talking, but we're both out free to go date people or do whatever.
Okay,
Then
that's talking. Okay.
How's that different from dating?
Very simple. We text all the time, and then we met up and had sex.
So what?
Well, how is that dating?
All right, let's ask.
Are we dating?
Let's ask.
Okay, what?
Why is there a need for labels for every single?
Thank you.
I agree with that.
Well, I don't think
Okay,
it
that answers that
needs to be a label, but it needs to be clear about what we're doing because you're not about to be wasting my
I
time.
agree.
You're not about to be wasting my
We need to be
time.
clear
I'm
with
about to be
each other. I
38
agree
years
with you.
old.
So
What do you
communication-
want from me? Or goodbye.
Communication.
It's about communication. What do you want?
Maybe you want marriage from this person. Maybe you just want to see this person every Friday and not do nothing else. Maybe you just want to have a sex partner. It's up to what you want from the individual and you to convey it to them.
Exactly.
And then you work with them. You don't have to have a label on it.
It's all about communication. What are we doing? If we're just texting each other and then we just want to meet up and have a good time, that's fine. Who said it? You said it. We're all adults. Is it really?
I mean, it sounds
I mean-
How's it- how's that dating?
If we're linking up, we're going out, we're talking.
Are we
we're
going
getting
out?
to- You just said this. didn't
You said that you could be talking to somebody
I said
and going
can
out.
be, but we also can be texting and
Okay,
come
my
over.
line is,
Or I'll
if
go
we're
over
just
there.
talking, that means we're not going nowhere. We are fucking. I'm sorry. We are sleeping together. That is it. That is all. If we are dating, we are going out
Okay.
together. We are trying to get to know each other. Sex
We are
is nothing
spending.
but sex.
You're spending quality
We're spending time
time.
together. Like you have to invest your time
Right.
and yes. You have
And
to.
I mean, I get
And
what
that
you're
is
saying,
what
Ali.
your definition is. So
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That is
Right,
right.
and I get what you're saying. You can just do away with all of the titles and all of that and just do what you do.
But at
Because it
32,
causes
I'm-
confusion. If you have a label for dating, if you have a label for dating, it's different. What happens now? What happens when you say what we doing, you say dating? He doesn't do what you define as dating. That was the issue.
Well,
Well,
but
then
it doesn't have to be though. It doesn't
Exactly.
have to be. You can still have the label and communicate, like you said. You can communicate. Listen, are we talking? Because if we're talking, then this is what I expect from you. Are we dating? This is what I expect from you. You with it? Yes or no? If no, goodbye. That's my favorite thing to say. Goodbye.
Before we move on to your next question, I ask you a question. Every woman I've ever talked to or dated or whatever has said, just tell me up front what we're doing. Tell me up front what you want so that I know I'm not walking into a lie or whatever.
Right.
So the point being, if you say, if I say, look, man, I'm not really trying to have a serious girlfriend. I mean, I just want to like spend time with you, whatever. Can you get mad if that's basically what we're doing? We're basically talking, we're texting, and then we might have sex, and that's it.
Well, you can't get mad at
Okay.
if somebody tells you what they want. I mean, you can't make people want what
Right.
you want, so you can't
But if
be
you-
mad about that.
If you enter into it and it doesn't work out the way you want,
Well, somebody is communicating to
Well,
you
that's
with,
on her.
yeah. That's then if somebody
That's
tells you
communicated.
flat out, this
It
is
was
what I want.
communicated.
Absolutely.
and that's all it's for.
Yeah, if it's communicated and he
And I think that's the difference.
Honestly, it's key. Just be honest
Yeah.
about it.
be honest. That's the
Exactly.
problem with
You don't want to be in a
people don't
relationship.
want to be honest.
And so, but then if you don't want to be in a relationship and we understand that, don't be mad when I'm out here dating because that's a lot of that's a big
Yeah.
problem with you men. Like you don't want to be in a relationship, but you don't want the female that you're
Dating
or
to
talking
be with
to
somebody
to deal with
yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Somebody
now
I
you
know.
need to get your
But you don't want to step up and do what you need to do.
because we're not going to do that. I'm not
Exactly.
about to be faithful to a single
Baby,
man.
I wish that. Like,
No,
I
we're not
would.
doing that.
I wish that.
So-
I wish I would.
Just nobody I know.
Speaking of people we know, Could you continue a relationship with somebody that your friends and family hated?
Yes.
Absolutely hated.
Yeah.
Really, but you're very close to
Yes,
your
okay.
family, Ali. I'm surprised to hear
Yeah.
you say yes because
It's
you're
not
very
about them.
family oriented.
It's not about them. It's about my happiness. If they can't respect my happiness, there's a different issue going on.
But what if it's a valid reason that they have not to like your partner though? What if y'all slipped up and got into a real bad argument and you ended up going to them and telling them what happened and now they fucked up with that person? You done made up with that person, but they like, nah, fuck that, because bitch, you done did the most, so we're not gonna forgive you.
That's a
It's
very
not
specific
Then what?
example. That's a very
Because that
specific
happened to
example.
me. You know by now, okay? This is real life. We keep it real here on Kicking It with Candy Murray, y'all. So that's happened to me.
I mean, everything is gonna work out different for every person. But the general view is that no, my happiness is about me. I may not like the people that I don't like some of the girls my brothers date, but my brother dates them. I don't. So if he's happy, okay, fine.
But how do you then how is that when around like holiday time or family get-togethers? Like, are you bringing this person around? Because if you come around my family and my best friends and stuff, and they don't like you, you're not gonna be comfortable. You're not gonna be comfortable. Then that puts a strain on a relationship.
I was going to say, it depends on the reason. I mean, if the reason is just basically like they don't know anything about the person, they're just making assumptions or whatever, then fine, whatever, that's on them. If it's, like you
No
said,
reason.
they know how they've treated you, well, okay, you open that door by,
That's
you know,
true.
telling them what
Telling
happened.
them.
So honestly, like you let them in your business, now they're in your business. You know what I'm saying? But if it's like a sort of a just an assumption thing, no, I wouldn't let that. And I love my family. But
Yeah.
don't make assumptions about somebody. They at least give them a chance.
You love mama, so mama like nah, mama like shot that
And she real hard on everybody.
Yeah.
So really, that's more like you don't like nobody, so it don't matter. It's like, yeah, I'm bigger.
That's it.
So, I feel like it's easy for us to say it doesn't matter what family thinks because we don't have children. I think kids play a big role in that. Me personally, I wouldn't care. Again, I don't have children, so. But in your situation, you had a child where your daughter was not feeling this person at all, and you took that, you looked at that and was like, no, I can't do this.
Yep.
I feel like if I had a child, I would probably do that. Like, my child's happiness is going to be number one.
Above
to me.
anybody.
Great point.
However, I am single with no children, so my family's opinion really wouldn't matter. I understand, like you said, if I got them into a situation, that's my situation, I probably shouldn't have called y'all in the first place, which is why I'm a person who doesn't do that anyway. I will handle my situations on my own. No one's really going to know what's going on in my relationship unless y'all want you to know.
Right.
So no, it really wouldn't matter if my parents or family did not like my spouse.
Right.
And children have great instincts.
Oh yes, well, if I had an ex and Cameron
is awesome.
Cameron was
She
not,
was on point.
and Cameron is like, she likes everyone. You know, she be chilling. She just be like, Mom, you know, you do you. You know, as long as they cool with you, then they cool with me. But this particular ex, she's like, absolutely not. So, you know, even if I wanted to be back with this person, I probably wouldn't because, you know, she not feeling him. My family's not. His family ain't feeling me, to be quite honest.
Not feeling you either.
They're not. Well, we ain't that right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But honestly, me and him are actually cool now. But I still wouldn't pursue that because first of all, I don't want to be with him anymore, and two, I just rather be cool, and I wouldn't even want to be in that type of space mentally at all. Like worried about, you know, what his family's thinking or what my family's gonna think. When I'm in a relationship, I want to be free. I want to be able to take my boo to my family because I love my family. I love being around them. So I want to take my boo, you know, when we have family get-togethers, you know, and everybody be cool. If his family have family get-togethers, I'm over there, I'm welcome. You know, I want him to be welcome. So I would never want to be with somebody where the people that I love are not feeling him, especially Cameron. Like, she don't like you, you're out of here, buddy. Goodbye. Goodbye. But you did make a good point, though. You know, if it's kids that are
Children are definitely going to change things.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, for me, I just don't have them, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I want to move on to social media because it's so prevalent right now, you know, these days, right? Dating online and all of that is so normal now. Remember when it used to be like, where y'all meet? Online. Like, everybody used to be like, like, I don't know about that, but now it's so normal now, right? So I want to kind of ask you guys about your views on how dating is today with social media being so prevalent. But we're going to take another break before we get into that. I'm very anxious to hear your questions. I mean, your answers, especially you, because you got that big smile. I know you're ready to answer. Okay. You was teasing. All right, y'all. We'll be right back with some more of Kicking It with Kandii Marie. Welcome back, y'all, to Kicking It with Kandii Marie. If y'all are just joining us, you missed so much. I'm having such an amazing time with my friends. I got my bestie here. I got my homies here, y'all. We are just really having a great time. But I want to just keep it moving. Before we went to break, we were about to get into social media and dating, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into that. What do you think? Do you think that social media affects dating now, like negatively or positively, or what do you think? It's kind of normal now, right?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of alluded to it right before we went to break. A lot of people do it now. I've never done an online date, like, ever.
Really? You've never met anyone online, Shaka?
I've heard, it's not only heard, I have friends who've gotten married from, like, married, beginning to end.
Yeah.
So I know it works. I like meeting people in public. I like meeting people in public and remembering them when I'm like talking to them before we set up a date or whatever. So yeah, I mean it's maybe down the line, maybe it's something I'll do, but right now I don't do it. But I know it works. But yeah, it's changed the whole landscape because people put their best image online, right? And then, you know, some people lie, which I don't understand. Like I've heard, especially women tell me, like, guys lie about like how tall they are.
Yeah, they do.
And stuff like that, like little stupid stuff that it's like as soon as you walk in, it's gonna get whatever. But yeah, it's changed the landscape.
But see, Shaka, you are somebody that goes out a lot. You're out. You're you know, you're doing things. You're here. You're there. You're everywhere. But what about the person who doesn't have that type of lifestyle? They're not.
It's perfect for
them.
them.
How do they meet somebody?
It's perfect for them, and it's changed the landscape. It's brought a lot of people together that maybe, you know, more introverted and just don't want to be around a lot of people and have a lot of noise. So in that respect, it's good, but there's a lot of bad that comes with it. I watched the ID channel a lot. I'm not gonna get into it, but
ID channel.
I'm telling you, man, they'll tell you, like, social media, like, watch your step.
Yes,
watch
absolutely.
Yeah.
What you think, Bessie? I know you done met somebody on social media.
I definitely did the online dating before, and I mean, it was interesting. It definitely gives you a chance to see if you even want to go on a date with this person. Like, you know, they talk, you know, we're exchanging messages, so I will determine whether or not you're a weirdo or not, and whether or not I want to go on a date with you. And if I do, that's fine, we'll go on a date. Nothing has ever come out of online dating for me personally, but I mean, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. In 2020, like, I'm the type of person, I'm not really going out to meet people. So I'm one of those people, I'm in the house Friday, Saturday, I'm chilling. So ain't no cable man about to knock on my door asking for a date. So I'm all for it.
So
I'm all
Friday,
for
Saturday,
cable.
you just chill.
Most Fridays, yes. I worked all week. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm in the house. I gotta work my part-time on the weekend. I'm chilling.
Yeah, Fridays are really not a good day to go out to me because you get up early in the morning if you work on Fridays, or like me and you do. You know, I wake up early on Fridays, so to go out on Friday means that you're out until after midnight sometimes, 1, 2. You're tired.
And
you been up at 6.
Your part-time on Saturday. I work my part-time on Sunday. Like, Saturday is my go out
Saturday,
time.
Sunday brunch. Yeah, you want to do brunch. Sunday is my day. I am your girl for Sunday for brunch. Absolutely. But Friday, I'm not really trying to do too much. I'm really trying. What about you, Ali?
Well, I think social media has helped dating in some instances. Just the same way you said that it allows individuals who may be more introverted to get out there and move around. But at the same time, it allows people who are extroverted to meet people who aren't in their normal daily routine. Because we go to work every day, we go back home, and that's all we do. You know, sometimes we take a different route home, and it's like we went to a different world. So I think social media is a positive thing when it comes to meeting someone. Now, when we talk about the differences, I don't think there's any difference. Individually is who they are, whether you meet them in a bar or you meet them online, they're weird, then it's weird.
It is weird.
So I think it's a positive aspect.
Yeah, yeah. And well, I think with social media, it also allows, it's easier, I think, to date people because you don't really have to, you don't have that stress of like approaching somebody in person and by being rejected. Like you can just easily slide into somebody's DM. They don't answer, then okay, fine. Nobody has to know, you know, and especially with men, sometimes you'll see a beautiful woman, she might be with her friends and stuff like that. That's a little bit intimidating, I think, right? To approach, because what if her friends like, nigga, get the fuck out of here? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, walking up to a girl with her friends, especially if you don't have equal amount of friends with you,
Right.
it's like,
because everybody's staring at you
right.
like, nigga, what do you want?
Right. I mean, the girl can even,
I know, we won't, but sometimes.
Sure?
We do not do that. No.
Look, all I can know is the girl can like you. Because
We might look over
I've
them
talked to women after the fact, and I was like, listen, when I walked up to you, you and your friends look like y'all didn't like me.
Yeah.
All right? Like,
We do be having the rested bitch face sometimes.
Yeah.
That's the,
Like,
we be
stop.
like,
Yeah, but to your point though, I mean, even though I prefer to meet people out, you don't know who anybody is when you meet someone. So if you meet them online, the only thing is, the thing about being online though, is that you not only meet, like you start talking like right away. So you go into it, you're exchanging texts or messages or whatever, and you can be deep in with a person before that first date. Like in a lot of instances from people I've heard that met online, they are neck deep in that person's life and business before they've even gone out on a date. Like they know everything about that person. Whereas like when you meet them out, it's a little bit different. People are a little bit more distant. Like, all right, we're gonna exchange numbers and then like let's go in after that.
Yeah.
When you have an online page, you put your likes and dislikes. Like you're like charting it. Like, okay, I like to do this, I don't like to do this, I'm this age, I'm this.
Yeah.
You might not necessarily do that when you meet somebody out.
Right.
So that's why I like meeting people out. I wanna know everything about you before I've even like talked to you. That's my thing.
Well, then you need to go online then. That's what you just said.
No, my point is online, when you see somebody's page, they put their interests and stuff, right? So I don't want to know all that.
You don't want to know.
No.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
Because that's the whole point. Like I want to discover things.
I mean, they can
about
go
you as we
into
talk.
detail with you when you go on the date.
wanna
What you
just-
saying?
It's gonna be on their page, but trust me, please believe, ain't nobody reading that page. They're
Right.
still gonna ask.
Ain't nobody all up
They
in
just want to see the
there.
picture.
Right, you in the
Like,
pictures.
like, they
Maybe
look
look at some of
good.
their posts, but you ain't all. Let me see
You
their
still
favorite
gonna come
movie.
in
You
my
ain't
inbox
doing all
and ask
that
the same
shit.
questions that was answered on my profile. So,
Exactly, you ain't doing all that shit.
But the same amount of people that, or not people, the same type of people that you meet in person, somebody that you meet online can go past what you would reject them up front.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So it allows you to explore a lot more, possibly.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you.
I definitely think it's easier to approach somebody on social media than it is in person.
Definitely. You talk about rejection, DC, like specifically. Man, you try to talk to girls up here, even if they like you. Yeah, y'all are from here, DMV.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all perfected the art of rejection. Even if you
I
like
try to not be mean. I try to not
That's
be
it.
mean. Like we'll be like, you know, I'm just not interested. But sometimes, I don't know. Like the other day, I was in 7-Eleven and these two dudes was just like staring at me, and I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm like, well, why the fuck they staring? So I took it the wrong way. I'm like, y'all staring at me. Y'all must have a problem. Maybe that was just my mind.
Did you say that?
because you know why they were looking at you.
My mom was like, you know, but I don't like that. Don't just keep staring at me like that. So, you know, and they eventually did, but then I was like, no, because that just like kind of creeped me out, and just, you know,
Yeah,
don't just stare at me. Like say hello, like say something. You know.
So how long they had before they got to come on?
How long they had what?
Immediately, don't keep staring at me. Come on.
Just look.
We're
Yeah,
looking
don't
at the
yeah, because I done went and got all these my items.
Went around the store.
Right, I done went around the store, got my apple juice, got my this and that. Like, if
I
you
was-
still stand over there staring, like, say hello. Like, what do you want? But speaking of approaching someone that you're interested in, right? I want to ask y'all this because I don't do this, right? As a woman, I don't approach a man. So what do y'all think about women making the initial step? Like, is that okay with you? Bestie, would you do that? Would you approach a man? I personally can't. And
So-
I'll give my take, but let me hear what y'all got to say.
I would say I don't have to at all. But I have in the past a few times or whatever, and I mean they've all turned out pretty well. Like It's not, but I don't make a habit of it. I mean, I'm just not in a position where I have to do that often.
Right.
Not to toot my own horn or nothing, but yeah, no.
You don't have to
I'm
do
not
that.
going to keep on. I'm not going to pursue a man. Just no. Just not.
I know. I'm not doing that.
But again, it has happened. I have pursued a man before, and I mean things have worked out. So.
What you think?
So-
Are you receptive of that? If a
She said
lady
pursue. You said approach. I mean,
Approach, you're right.
approach,
Okay.
pursue, it's the same thing.
First time.
That's not pursuing. You're
Alright,
pursuing
so,
something if you're
Number one,
approaching.
yes, it
someone.
has happened to me, and yes, to me it's dope. I mean, why not? Look, if you like something, you like something. No matter what gender you are, like you like a man, go get him. You like a woman, go get her. It's not. It is not. It's. You just said I like the caveat. I don't have to. We know that.
Right.
We know that. We know you don't have to. It's not about having to. Sure, I don't have to. If I don't want to, but I want to. So why
But
not?
you're
do it?
there, the man.
No, I'm with
If I'm being honest, I'm
I'm
normally
fine.
super intoxicated if I approach someone. Other than that, I am not approaching you, absolutely
No,
not. But if
Not
I'm intoxicated,
doing it.
maybe, I don't know. I might go ahead and shoot my shot.
We all like the feeling of being wanted,
Right.
right? Which is what we're talking about. Well, no one likes to feel rejected. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of women have found the security in, is saying, I will never approach a man because they don't want to be rejected. But guess what? Men feel the same way.
But y'all are men. Y'all are used
There's
to
no
being
such thing.
rejected.
Right.
Why did you make it
Well,
fair?
you used to.
Because so what? I don't care. You're
I said,
used to
y'all
it.
perfect. We have perfected in DMV the art of rejection. Yeah, I'm saying that from experience.
Right.
I get rejected a lot, but I get to the point where it's like I don't really care. Like that's your problem. Why don't you get some glasses?
My thing,
Whatever.
right?
I guess the point is, I don't really feel any kind of way about myself if you're not feeling me. Like that's fine.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
very true. My thing is though, I'm just not really used to, like, I never really had to approach a man ever. You know, so I feel like if a man, all my life, if a man was interested in me, he would make that, he would come to me, he would say something to me, he would make it known that he is interested in me, and if I'm interested in him, then I will respond to that.
Oh, you would respond?
I will
All right,
respond.
so has a
Yeah.
man ever approached you that you weren't looking at?
Yes, absolutely.
All right then. So then the same thing applies the opposite.
I just feel like, yeah, like men, I mean, and a lot of people probably won't agree with this, but I mean, it's just my traditional way of thinking.
Okay.
Like, I just think that men are just more, it's just more common for a man to do the hunting. if
That was
you
a
will,
good.
pursue,
That was a good
approach.
scenario. Let me give you another scenario that happens a lot. Let's say you are in a group, and there are guys and women in this group, and it's hard to determine because people may not be doing PDA or whatever. Who's with who in that group? A lot of guys, myself included, sometimes won't approach a woman because it's like, okay, I don't know like what's going on here. Like, is she with somebody in this group or not? Guys could be buying drinks for the women in the group. You don't want to be disrespectful. We done got too old to like get into it with some dude or some girl in the club or whatever. So we're not trying to do that. So it's like you may be there the whole night, single as I don't know what, with your little group of friends, guys and girls, and there could be a guy there that you could have wanted to talk to, and he didn't talk to you because he didn't want to bust up the party. It wasn't that he wasn't feeling you enough or whatever. It's just
Y'all-
like the situation dictated it.
Are y'all
So
really
what
like
about
that
that?
though? Y'all don't. If y'all see a woman that you think is just so beautiful, like you won't approach her. Like,
No, I ain't trying to fight no dude over the club.
that you
No
really want to
misunderstanding.
know. If y'all come across a woman that y'all really want to know, y'all think she's so beautiful, you really want to get to know her, y'all want to approach her.
So
I don't give a damn who she around.
Oh, so-
Unless she with another
I don't
dude or
agree.
something, you know.
But that's
But
what I
if she
just
with her
said.
girls, y'all are gonna approach her.
I'm talking about a
I really agree
group.
with
There
that.
could be guys in the group.
I really agree with that aspect. I mean, myself, I would approach whoever I want to approach. My thing is opening up for the women to be able to approach who they want to approach.
I know, but I don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want you to come to me. If you see me, you're like, oh my gosh, she is just so, she's everything. Like, I just like the way she look. I like her personality. I like all of that. I want to talk to that girl. Then you come talk to me.
Right.
Because if not, then
So what happens with the
then I
guy?
don't know what
You
to tell
see the guy who didn't see you. What about that?
What did they say?
If he didn't see me, then goodbye. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a missed opportunity,
That was the missed opportunity. That's the missed opportunity for you. You need to get your vision together.
And for you too.
Yes.
And be aware of your surroundings, honey.
What about you?
And if we're in the same room, you're gonna see me. You are going to see me.
No, okay, so that's
unless you are blind.
that's why that possibility got
You're gonna feel this energy. You're gonna get into all of this, and we in the same room. Trust and believe. I'm not. You gonna know who Kandii Marie is, and if we're in the same room, you gonna know it.
I agree, but everybody isn't Kandii.
Mama sex to be them.
That's the answer to that question.
What'd you say?
I said that's the answer to that.
There you go. I just can't do it. I just, I don't know. Have you had somebody approach you before, Ali?
Yes.
How were you receptive to? Was it somebody that you were actually interested in as well?
I've had it happen when I'm interested. I've had it happen when I'm not interested.
So why didn't you approach the one that you were interested in? Did you just not know who she was?
I could have seen them across the room and said, "Oh, that person looks nice." Kept doing what I was doing. Later on, they'd approach me.
We didn't see. You should have approached them.
Yeah, maybe he was busy first or something. Like you gotta drop what you doing right there.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's drop what I'm doing.
Drop what you're doing.
Can I get to the cover room?
No.
What?
No. I'm
over here with your
coat
coat on.
I'm
Come over here with
Come over here with your coat on.
Cool.
Come with your coat on. Come with your coat on. Come with your coat on. Y'all, we're gonna take one last break. I have a couple of questions. We're gonna get into a little bit of marriage, y'all, before we wrap this episode up. So please don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Back. We are wrapping up this episode, this Valentine's Day special episode of Kicking It with Kandii Marie. Y'all know me, your hostess with the mostest, Kandii Marie. And we've been talking about dating, we've been talking about sex, we've been talking about relationships, talking, what does that mean, all of that, online dating, social media, all of that. We haven't yet talked about marriage, right? Marriage, wedding bells, rings, all of that stuff. People get scared about that, right? So I want to kind of pick your brains with that, especially that we got the guys here and stuff. What do you think, or how long should I say, do you think you should date somebody before you have that marriage talk? I'm gonna start with you, Ali. What you think?
I mean, you can talk about it as soon as you want to, right? About what you want in the future. Yeah, I think you should always be talking about what you want in the future. As far as marriage.
Marriage with that person, though. Marriage with that person. How long do you think, or do you even think you should put a time limit on how long you date somebody before you and that person talk about marrying each other?
Well, I don't think there's a time limit on that. You can do it whenever you feel it's ready. But in general, you should talk about what you want in the future, which to me is what marriage is.
What you think, Shaka?
I agree with no time limit. Some people feel a connection right away. They want to start building their little life right away. Me personally, I probably at least a few months, something like that. Because you want enough time where after the so-called honeymoon period of dating wears off, you start to discover the person's quirks and things you might not like about them. Where you say like, all right, after that, do I still want to be with this person? Or do they want to be with me? Probably more so like it. And and I do, time limit wise, do think that once you get engaged, you should live together for a certain amount of time. However many months you want to decide, 3, 6, 9, a year, whatever.
You think you should live together? See, that's the whole other
After engagement. After engagement. So like if you decided to get married and you don't live together before then, you should live together before you get married. For a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Okay.
So that's the only thing I would put a time limit on, but anything else, no. But in general, yeah, I mean, I'm not scared of marriage. It's gotta be right.
Oh, we gonna talk about that. You said you're not scared. We gonna talk about that.
Right.
Bestie, what you think?
There is definitely a time limit for me. I would say at least 2 to 3 years before you even think about popping the question to me. Reason being, that first year, like you said, we're still in the honeymoon stage, right?
Yeah.
Years 2 and 3, I probably done pulled up on your ass a few times. You already know completely how I am not playing games. So, like, I feel like after that, like, you're gonna know whether or not you're gonna marry this crazy girl or you gonna go ahead and just leave her alone and go on to someone else. And that's exactly what I want you to know. I want you to propose to me knowing this
all that you're getting into.
She is completely insane. And I love
Why don't
her
you get into
to
it?
her core, and I'm going to marry this woman, and boom, we're going to be together forever.
Yeah.
But I don't need you to propose me when I'm still in my fake stage, like I'm just, like, oh my God, it's so.
No.
I need you to be with me when I done cussed you out a few times already,
Right.
and we are
Spaz on
totally, we know exactly
Yes.
what we are doing here. We know where we are in this
So you know how you
relationship.
looked at me when I was answering that question before?
He was looking at you like that.
So, a couple of things. I'm gonna tell you. You're in your fake stage for a year?
Huh?
You're in your fake stage
Your
for a year?
representative stage.
I mean, I'm not showing you my true colors.
A
like,
year.
I would say 6 months to a year.
6
like,
months?
Yeah, I'm
Well,
probably
you
not. I'm
can't-
probably
You
not. I'm
can't put
probably
a
not.
limit on how when somebody is
Like
should
for me to be
comfortable
completely
with
100%
somebody.
myself, like I am not all the way together, y'all.
Alright.
So like
You can't
Number
put a
two,
time limit on
Why are
some
you pulling up on me?
because
you
might
probably
have
did
the
something
game
crazy,
wrong.
and I probably you're right. You probably
You might have had the
disrespected me
game
in some type of
wrong.
way. Like I don't
Why
know.
would you
You
do
saw
that?
how serious my face just got. I don't know. It's different situations as to why I might pull up on you. Like I will give you a good 5 missed calls, and I'll be like, okay, I'm about to pull up. You gonna answer? And I suggest you answer the next time I call you. If you don't answer the next time I call you, then I'm outside the door. And now you're gonna open the door. Because you don't open the door, we're gonna have a whole different issue. So you don't open the door.
Yeah, you're right. If I propose,
gonna open the door.
But
But see, normally what happens in my
It
situations,
happens.
I would be like, I'm about to pull up if you don't answer, and I call back, they'd be like, hello. Okay,
Right.
so I thought you was gonna answer.
Answer,
That's all I
right?
needed you to do. Answer in the first place, we wouldn't be here and pulling up.
Correct.
So you use it as a bluff sometimes?
No, it's not a bluff.
Oh.
I will pull up quick. But if you
All
answer,
right.
I gave you an option. Answer the phone. I'm gonna pull up. You answer the phone, so I don't need to pull up.
So here's the question: what do you want?
I don't know. It depends on the situation.
What do you want?
I have no idea what I want. I want you to
I could
answer
be
the phone.
busy.
I wanted you to
I
answer the
could be
phone. What you
busy.
mean?
What do you
You're gonna
want?
answer this phone when I call it.
I need to talk to you.
If it's important enough to pull up, what do you want? I hope it's important.
What am I just
You
gonna
should
pull
have
up
answered
for
for the
just?
answer, so
No,
you would know that over the phone.
I personally not gonna just pull up
I'm not
on you
crazy
because
like that.
you just don't
I mean,
answer the
you kind
phone.
of just said.
I said not like that.
All right.
I didn't say
I'm
that.
not gonna just pull up on you just to be pulling up on you
Right.
and shit like that. But
Okay.
if you do something like
Told you.
pull up on me,
Then I'm
then
gonna pull up and you let me.
then I might have to. I mean, but it has to be something really,
Okay.
really.
I kind of wanted to dive a little into that. I mean, I feel like
That's
I got
gonna be
my
a whole
answer.
hour conversation. That's what
It sound like
because I will pull up.
apparently.
Right. But you know what? I agree with you though about the living together.
Yeah.
I don't think you should live together unless it's engagement, marriage, or something. I don't think you should be just shacking up. I've done it. Every time it ended in complete disaster because you're not supposed to do that. So I don't live in your house. I'll live in mine. We can visit as often as we like. You can go home.
Well,
Praise the Lord. You can go
I
home.
don't misunderstand. I mean, I'm glad you agree in some respects. If people want to live together, I mean, I'm not doing it, but
Right.
whatever. But I do believe you should before you get married for a little bit of time.
So I think
To-
you
to
should do
feel-
before you
to
get
feel
married,
each
like
other.
counseling. I think
Yeah.
counseling, people don't, I don't know why they don't want to do counseling. You need to go to counseling before you get married so you really can know who you getting married to. Like, you need to do that. That is very important to me. Go and get premarital counseling, whatever you need to do before you get married. I really honestly believe that. What you think? I think you agree with that?
I think we should understand that marriage is a relationship.
Yes.
Marriage is only a stage of relationship. So we should think about it as a relationship.
Yeah.
Marriage is only necessary for financial reasons. There is nothing you can get inside of marriage that you cannot get
Outside of marriage.
So once we understand that, we can utilize it in that way.
Well, you can financial reasons. You can be financially good as a single person.
Yes.
You can be financially good as a single person, but the financial benefits you get inside of marriage, you cannot get outside of marriage. But the relationship and the commitment you get with an individual, you can get outside of marriage.
So like, you're talking like taxes, legal.
That's
Yeah.
the only reason. That's the only reason to get the government involved in your relationship.
Yeah, you know what, I do agree with that. And for somebody like me, like I always say that I want to get married and stuff like that, but when I really sit back and think about it, I have to really question it. Like, do I really want to get married? Am I really ready to get married? Because that's somebody that you got to sit and look at every single day. You got to share your space with them every single day. You got to, I don't know. Like, for somebody like me that's just used to living on her own and having her own space and, having, I am able to have somebody come over and spend some time with me when I want to have them or go to them when when I feel like it. But to not have that option, just have somebody in your space all the time, that is a big commitment that people don't seem to realize. That is marriage. That's not the wedding. I think that I really had to check myself because I think I've been so infatuated with the wedding part, and I haven't really given too much thought to the marriage part. So, you know, I've had to like kind of check myself and just be like, Candace, you need to chill. I don't think I'm ready for real.
That's why half of marriages end in divorce.
Yeah.
They don't think about marriage, they think about the event.
Yeah.
Especially the women. Like that is something big for me. I want to be a bride. I'm not
Right.
really looking about us being married.
A wife.
Our marriage. I want to be a bride. I want to have my dress. I want to
Right.
walk down this aisle.
Everybody
the day
there,
to be about
yes.
me. But it is about the marriage and it is about the relationship. So
Yes.
I'm definitely I'm not ready at all. for
Yeah.
marriage.
Absolutely
At
not.
all.
Absolutely not.
And as we go along with the relationship, we build the relationship in that manner. So you say about living together, I definitely think individuals should begin to live together because that's part of the stages of having a life forever together.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you guys think about, a lot of people think that men are a little bit more scared to enter into a commitment like marriage than women are. Women are a lot more ready than men. Do you guys agree with that?
I would say eager, not ready.
Okay. Okay, yep, that's a good word to use.
So, like,
eager. We're a lot more
do
eager.
it. They might not want to do it for the right reasons.
Right.
They want to do it because ready is ready, man or woman. I mean, look, there probably are more guys afraid of commitment, or afraid is the wrong word. Just don't want to do it. You know what I mean? Because they just want to do what they want to do and have fun and.
Because y'all just want to have options all the
have
time.
options, right? So it's not so much a fear; it's just more like I don't. You know, that's like an hassle. Like a girlfriend, like breathing down my neck, pulling up on me, doing all this stuff. You know, don't nobody need that.
So what is it going to take though,
You
men
made
to
me pull
just
up on you.
really want to commit to one woman like that? What is it going to take? If you're a man that just likes to have your options and like to have different women, what is it going to take for you to really say, you know, I really want to commit to this one woman?
I'll speak for myself only. I can't speak for all guys. It's I don't know, like the women who I've thought about to have. It was like random. Like I wasn't looking for it. It wasn't whatever. And she was very different in some kind of way from most of the women. And I think that's like anybody, right? Like there was something unique about that person. I will say it's easy to talk to, like kind of let my guard down with, and I wasn't really even thinking about things when I was talking about her. I think when you're talking about guys or women, like that, I think that's kind of across the board. Like, can I be myself around this person?
Yeah.
Without having to really think about it too hard. Can we have fun without having to plan it too much?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's what it takes for me. Very easy to please.
Yeah. When you think about forever, that's a long ass time. That's like 10 years from now,
Yeah.
you still with that same person. That's 20 years from now, you still with that same person. 30 years from now, you still with that. That's a long time.
Sure.
You are the same person. You want to be
Right. Yeah, and every day, yeah, you're changing, you're evolving, you're, developing, that's hard. And to stay together.
It's almost an ignorant statement to say, I like the future. I love the future. I don't know.
But I don't know though. I mean, you see these
I've
old.
never heard that.
You see these old
Who said
couples
that?
though,
But
that
that's
have
what you're
been.
saying when you commit forever.
Oh, right.
No.
You know what you're very right about that. Damn, I didn't even think about that. Holly, you better be on this couch giving some truth.
Advice. Yeah. No, I was going to say, have you seen those old couples though that have been together like 50, 60, 70? A lot of them will say like, we don't really argue. Like we don't, if I feel myself doing an argue, they have like a sort of a system where they don't really, walk off their breathing. And then they'll be like, I've never yelled at my wife. I've never yelled at my husband. We don't argue. Like that's what they say all the time.
Yeah.
They'll say that. So the people who actually take it to its conclusion, like they've thought about it, and it is like they're basically, I mean they're older, but they're basically the same people.
Right.
So it can work. It can work either way.
Awesome. Well, you know what? I had so much fun with y'all. We are going to wrap this up. This was amazing. So I have all these single people. What are you doing for Valentine's Day? You have plans yet?
Actually, on Valentine's Day, I'll be on a plane on the way to West Africa.
You always traveling somewhere. What you doing, some capoeira or something?
Capoeira in
I wish I could have you do something right here, but you in your slacks and stuff. It ain't gonna work out. I can't have you sliding across the floor, child. What you doing for Valentine's Day, bestie?
Currently, I don't have any plans for Valentine's Day right now. I mean, that's not to say I won't have any, but right now I don't.
Oh, we should find some man and go on a double date. We've never been on a double date before. We should really try to do that.
Or not.
Or maybe you don't want to go on a double date with me?
I don't know. We can think about it. We'll think about it.
We like totally
with that.
separate, different type of guys though. So I don't know. We would never. I don't know how that would even work out.
We'll figure that out. I have no plans for Valentine's Day.
Fellas, ladies, he don't got no plans. She don't got no plans. Y'all slide in the inbox, do whatever you need to do. What you got? What you got going on?
I'll find a date and show somebody the show. And let them watch it. And be like, look at me on TV.
No plans yet? Okay.
No plans yet.
I don't have no plans either, so. Yeah, I don't have no plans yet either, fellas. Okay. No. Let's go to Morton's or somewhere. Make the reservations to Morton's, Fogo de Chão, something like that. Okay. Instagram, social media.
Stop Playing Podcast.
Where can they find you?
Instagram, social media, every platform that you could possibly, you can even Google it and then it'll come on all
Stop
platforms.
Playing Podcast.
The Stop Playing Podcast.
Well, what's your Facebook?
My Facebook is the Stop Playing Podcast.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
That's
Okay.
what it's called.
Instagram is Stop
With
Playing.
Sham and Shaka.
Sham, okay.
Yeah, Sham first.
Right. Instagram, Stop Playing Podcast.
Instagram, SoundCloud, Castbox, everything. But yes,
Okay.
Stop Playing Podcast.
Perfect. Bestie, where can they find you on social media?
Instagram, what is it? Miss Hollywood 622. Facebook is Lakia Shantae.
Lakia Shantae, yes, with a Q. LAQUIA.
Thank you.
Spell it right.
She don't spell it.
I spell her name KIA.
It's
Kia.
very annoying.
I know, but you know what? Deal with it. Ali, where can they find you?
I'm on Instagram is Ali1SDB.
Okay, where you said Instagram? You on Facebook? Don't do that.
That's like Facebook pages.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. But y'all know where to find y'all, girl. Facebook, Kandii Marie. Instagram, Miss with a Y, MYSS _Kandii with 2 I's. Her. What's my name on Instagram, child? Miss Kandii Her. Miss Kandii _Her. Where else am I at? Snapchat. Her name is Candace. Y'all know where to find me. Stay right there. We'll be right back. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had so much fun, y'all. Did y'all have fun?
Absolutely.
Great time.
Y'all gonna come back and see me or no?
There's no
Yeah.
question.
You better, okay. Don't make me come and pull up on you. Don't make me pull up. And thank you all to everybody who's watching at home. Thank you so much for joining us on our Valentine's Day episode. I hope you guys find a date or go out with your boo. Just find some love on Valentine's Day. That's what it's about. Wear some red or some black or something and get your love on. I'll see you next time on a new episode of Kicking It with Kandii Marie.